First, we need to keep on top of what the emerging trends are. Although we're not designers, we need to understand what clients want in their workplace. So I suppose one of the ones that's a recent trend is the resi-commercial design. So when people worked at home, they were in a very sort of homely environment, very comfortable, and it's about sort of mirroring that now back in the office, because basically companies need to give reasons for people to start to come back. You have a certain hesitancy in certain sectors where people maybe didn't have the long commute, or got very comfortable at home. So it's about trying to create that now within the workplace. I think it's also important to keep things professional and to keep an element of a corporate sort of environment as well, so that if there's important meetings where people want to work in quiet spaces, that also has to be catered for as well. So that seems to be the way that the trend is moving towards now. Another recent trend, and we actually did this in our recent Workday project, was biophilic design. So I guess we've always had the office pot plant, in the corner, and that's kind of progressed and moved on, where we're almost doing, I suppose, landscaped areas within a building. And this all feeds back to the psychology of the workplace and making it a more happier environment, or a more relaxed environment for the employee. A very obvious one is digitalization. I suppose we would have all had team calls and Zoom calls, but it became, during the global pandemic, something that everyone did all the time. And it's important that in the new workplace that the infrastructure is there to support that. And that can also sort of feed into the fact that teams may be working in hubs, or they may be working from home, and it doesn't really matter where they are geographically. It's that they have that robust infrastructure in place, that everything works essentially. Obviously flexible spaces, they've always been part of design for the last number of years, but I think that's become more sort of prominent now, and it's sort of about, I suppose, making spaces work multifunctionally. So if you can move furniture around, or make a room, divide a room or undivide a room, and that seems to be something that's emerging, that people want to be able to use their spaces more wisely, I suppose. In a way, I suppose workplaces have become a bit more aligned with the culture of a company, but also with their DNA. So personally, I worked in a European headquarters in Amsterdam, and there the offices were part of their marketing campaign. So they were wonderful, beautiful offices. And you sort of think about that investment, but then you realize that actually that's how they're communicating on social media and to their clients and to their peers. Sort of, I suppose, showing off this wonderful sort of office workplace that they have. And I think that's becoming more apparent now. Certainly with the younger generations, it's important to them to be proud of where they work, to be proud of their workplace. So I think that's going to be another emerging trend that's going to get more prominent as we go through.